Good day, everyone. Welcome again to my channel, Tech Talk with Baba Femi. I'm going to be creating a series, and this is going to be about Azure DevOps. We're going to be talking about how to create an Azure DevOps organization. I'm going to be talking about how to create your first Azure DevOps project. I'm going to be talking about Azure boards. I'm going to be talking about Azure repos. I'm going to be talking about Azure pipeline. But have it in mind that this is going to be a practical section. We're not just going to be talking about this. I'm going to be showing you these on the Azure DevOps dashboard as I do this. Now, before I jump into the Azure DevOps organization or how to create an Azure DevOps organization, I will need to explain what DevOps actually is. So, DevOps is actually composed of dev and operations. So, let's say this is just the cooperation between the software development team and the production management team. Or let's say this is the cooperation between the developers and the operation team. So, this question that people ask is DevOps actually a tool? So I would say DevOps is not a product or a tool that you can actually buy or install. DevOps is about culture and the way you actually write, release, and operate your software. Is about shortening the time between you creating your new idea and when your first end user actually experience the value this new idea have to deliver. So with this being said, I'm going to access my I'm going to access my browser now. I'm going to be creating a new tab. Yep. So yeah, what we're trying to do is we are going to be accessing the Azure DevOps page. For you to create an organization or for you to sign into an organization to manage your project, you need to visit dev.azure.com. This is where you need to access when you want to access your Azure DevOps page. So this is the page we are presented with. For new users, you are trying to create your own organization, your DevOps organization. You can actually create this using your Microsoft account, or if you have a GitHub account that you've already created, maybe you are actually a front-end developer, or you even use GitHub account for anything. So instead of you creating a Microsoft account, all you need to do is sign in with that GitHub account. So if you have an account or you have an Azure DevOps already created, you don't have to follow any of this option. All you need to do is click on the Azure DevOps and it takes you to the page where you can actually sign in. Now, for the benefit of people watching, I'm just going to create a new DevOps organization. Now, for you to do this, you need to have a Microsoft account. So if you don't have one, you can click on create one and still you can see the option of you signing with a GitHub account. So I have a Microsoft account. Then I'm just gonna say Babafemi Bulugbe at not sure if I've not used this account to create a DevOps organization, but let's see what's happened. Okay, this is asking me to sign in now. Then I'm going to sign in. Okay. So I'm going to click on stay sign in. Yes. Then this is going to take me to the page um, where I can actually create or select my DevOps organization account. And okay, so uh, this has been created before. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. But for you, since that's the first time you'll be coming in, you will not have this kind of screen. You're going to be presented with a screen where you can input in your organization name, then your project name. That's going to be your first project name. So I'm just going to do this and say I'm going to create a new organization. This is as if I'm doing the same thing while you're signing up, but I'm going to create a new organization. And yes, this is what you're going to see when you're creating your organization. So I'll click this. Now I can select my organization. So remember, any name you're selecting here, so your URL is going to be dev.azure.com slash the name of organization. So I'm just going to say, let me say talk with Abafemi. Yeah. So yes, where do I want to host my project? I'll leave it as West Europe. Then I'm going to put in these for check. Say Q. You have it. Okay, now this is creating my first DevOps organization. So this is gonna create. So I'm just gonna wait for these to complete. Yes. So now that I have my organization created, I'm being asked to create a project name. So I'm just gonna create a project name and say still um so just for the fact that I will still be creating another project, I'm just going to give this a random name. So I can say, let me just say tech with, okay, tech with apps, oh, tech with app, yeah. So this is saying the visibility, are you creating a public project or a private project? I'm going to leave it as private, and I'm just going to create this. And once my project is created, you have the option to actually like set a lot of things in Azure DevOps. Let's wait, let this get created now. So this has been created. So once you have your project created, this is what you're gonna see. This is the default. So um, if you still remember, we created our DevOps organization, but we were not allowed to do anything but until we create our DevOps project. So after creating this project, so this is the screen that we have. So we have a lot of things that we can actually do here. But for now, I'm not going to be talking about what we have here. So I'm going to click this Tech Talk with Baba Femi, which is the organization I've created, because for now, we're going to be talking about the organization settings in this video. So after creating, so what and what do we have under the organization setting? Let's dive in, please. Now, here under the organization settings, there are a lot of things that will be taken into consideration. The first thing is going to be the overview. On the overview page, we have the name of the project. You can decide to change it. However, please note that if since we just create this now, I can decide to change it and there won't be any implication. However, if you have been using the Azure DevOps for delivering your software, please, I will advise you not to touch this. So, but if you decide to change this and I take this off, then the URL is going to change. So if I click on save, this URL is going to change. So there won't be I again, but I don't want to change the DevOps organization name. This is for the privacy URL. So in case you have actually created like a public organization or a public project, or you want to create a public project and you want people to be able to use that project, to be able to also access that project, then you need to give like a privacy URL to say any data you are inputting in, this is what is going to be used for. So this is what we call the private URL. So you can create these maybe on your website and put it there so that people knows that when they're accessing these are things they are going to be used their data for, they're going to be using their data for. So description, you can give it a description of what your DevOps organization is all about. Then you can change the time zone if this is not your time zone. um yes. So aside that, we're going to be moving to project. So this is where you're going to see all the projects you have created. You can decide to delete a project. Yes, I can decide to rename a project. So this is where you see all the projects you have created. Do not forget that we have only created one project, which is the tech with Bab. So if I decide to create another project now, I can decide to create a new project from here. But I'm not going to do it now. We're still going to create the new project, which is going to be our next video. Please kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, and do actually click the bell button so that when next I'm dropping the new video, you can actually get notification. So with that being said, we're going to be moving to users. So this here, you're going to be seeing all the users that have access to this DevOps organization. Now, I can decide to add users from here. I can decide to invite user. So I can decide to say, okay, I just want to invite this user to see all projects. I can decide to check the projects that I want to invite these users to. So if I have like 13 projects and I'm trying to invite someone to just undo a project, then I don't have to actually like just invite this guy to this organization. I'll only invite this guy and check that that project side. This user will only have access to that project I've invited to. So the next thing is going to be the billing. So for the billing section, uh, we have what we call the free tier. So for free, we have the first 5 basic users. However, you have to set up your billing to have more than 5 users. So, but this comes for free. This is what. So this is where you're going to set up the billing. So you have to link your subscription to it, so that you're going to be charged for whatever you're doing or whatever is going to be additional. So this subscription has actually reached as a spending limit, so I will not be able to link this subscription to this DevOps organization because it has a spending limit. I've capped it to $150 per month. So you need to have a subscription that doesn't have limit. So you can read about this Azure DevOps limit billing, but these are what you will get when for free. Um, 5 basic users, then basic plus test plan, then you have the stakeholders, the artifacts. So you can just read about this to get more information about the free tier limit. So here, this is just for global for notifications. You can set whichever notification you want, maybe for build, maybe for every push request, maybe when you create a build pipeline or something, anything. You can just set up the notification. You can check this menu for more information. Usage, I'm going to skip usage. This is per user usage and what they've used DevOps for in the last hours and the like. So this is what I've done. So you can also check this as you're creating anything. You are getting automatically Azure is actually putting the audit here, so you can check this. So extension, if that yeah, let's say you want to time. Let's say you want to time. So let's say you want to be checking each time that is being spent on each of these tasks, or let's say yes. So I can just browse and say I want a time tracker. That's one of the extensions. So time tracker. So for this, for each work done, let's say pull request or any task that we are doing, there will be a time allocated to each of those. So you can decide. You can even put in some. Let's say when you want to start, let's say you want to start deploying your infrastructure via Azure DevOps to your Azure environment, then using Terraform. So you're going to add the Terraform extension. So you can check through a lot of the marketplace to check all the extension available. Then so the next thing is going to be the Azure DevOps directory. This is the directory where your Azure DevOps is connected to. You can decide to click on this and connect an organization. So I think I have. So you only see directories that these this email address actually belongs to. So So I can decide to connect any of these directly, but for now I'm not going to connect anything. So from there, we're going to be moving to the security. This is where we're going to start with policies, and this is going to be our first policy. I can decide to say we want to allow public project. Then I can turn it on so that we people can actually like create a public project, but I don't want public project, so I'm going to turn this off. So permissions, this is where you see different groups. I can say this group, what they can only do is just to create a pull request, you understand? Or let's say these people are the ones that will actually like create a build pipeline. So I can decide to create a new group and give them the description or give them what they have to do or they can do. Then I can decide to go with the default groups that have been created here, a lot of things. And so the next thing is going to be the board. And under the board, we're still going to talk about the board, and that's going to be the third video. And this is just going to, what you can just see here is how many projects have been created based on the process that we want to use. So there are four different processes when it comes to Azure DevOps. You have the basics, you have the Agile, the Scrum, the CMMI. So for the basic, so if I click on these, I think I will have one project that have been created. So these are things you can see. You have the epic, we have the issue, and we have the tax. So for the epic, let's say you want to the epic, let's say for product backlogs. So let's say you want to create a website, and I'd say for the epic is create a new tech talk with our Femi website. So the issue is going to come under the epic. So the issue is going to be, let's say, create the front end part of the website. That's going to be issue, since the epic is the topmost layer, which is you are creating a new website for Tech Talk with Baba Femi. Then the issue is going to be like a sub of the epic. So we are saying create the funded part of it. Then on the funded part, the tax is now going to be different. Like we have different tax under the issue. The tax is going to be, let's say, for the funded part, create the login UI interface. That is going to be a tax, and you get to so or we'd say another tax is let's say change the color of the font end to blue from red. So that is one of the tags. So we're going to be talking about this when we get to Azure board. So you can just take a look at the rest, talking about the pipeline settings, what you can limit, you can disable, you can check this out. The agent pools, automatically we have the Azure pipeline, which is the default. This is actually the Microsoft hosted pool. We're going to be talking about this when we get to Azure pipeline. So that is why I need you guys to subscribe to this channel and follow me, and also click on the notification bell once I drop my next video. Yeah, so I think that's all we have today. Please, like I said, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next section.